what is the first thing you think when you join Gorilla Tag? Is it, can I be the best player? Who's the best player? How do I become the best player? Well, those all seem like pretty normal answers. What about how overpowered is the gorilla from Gorilla Tag? This is the first stat. So basically, intelligence, probably the simplest to explain. We talk exactly like humans. Basically, we're being controlled by humans. And also, we have cosmetics, which involve silk string and even a flyable plane, which could only be achievable if we had around the same intelligence as a human. But because we haven't exactly done the same feats as a human, I'm gonna say 90 IQ. The next thing we're gonna talk about is strength. And according to that GT, which is a popular Gorilla Tag YouTuber and TikToker, he says that we are 420 pounds because we're a silverback gorilla. But also, we don't have legs, so I'm just gonna say we're 400 pounds. And we can also jump 3 times our height, according to some testing I did in canyons. And that's not including the speed jump from being already tagged in Paint Brawl or Rock Monkey, which is being already tagged in an infection game mode with less than 4 people, which give you like 200% speed boost. But we're not going to talk about that because that's kind of cheating and that'd make it even more OP. So to jump 3 times our height and to also weigh 400 pounds, we need to be using 162,000 joules of force, or enough to carry a school bus and 2 Cybertrucks above our head with one arm. It's probably one of the most, if not the most important thing when talking about soloing fiction. And basically, I did some tests in mountains, which is sliding, which is the fastest the gorilla can go without doing any tag boost, which is Rock Monkey or being tagged in Paint Brawl already, or using any sort of already moving object like a rope or water streams, or even the glider would technically count because the wind is pushing you. So I just did ice, which is probably the fastest you can go. Now I'm sure that people can go faster than me on ice, although because I'm not that good at playing on ice and I don't usually go to mountains to play mountains map, but I did manage to get a run where I went across a wall in 1 second, going twice as fast as Usain Bolt. So I think that's pretty good, and I think that's good enough. Before we talk about resistance, let's talk about special abilities. So basically, for special abilities, we don't have a hitbox in our arm, which I'll show some scenes of that. We also don't have a hitbox on our body, so the only way that you could ever hit the gorilla from Gorilla Tag is in either the face or the hands, which are kind of unlikely if you were to face in a fight-to-fight with the gorillas from Gorilla Tag. To hit them in the face or arm, it's a low chance. So the second special ability that we have is basically if we're in the ambush game mode and we're one of the taggers, we are completely invisible to everybody else that is not a tagger, which is kind of insane because you can't hit something you can't see, or it'd be extremely hard to. So that's probably our most overpowered ability. Now I know there is some probably like small, minute abilities, but I'm not talking about those because they don't really fit in that well, so I'm just not going to talk about them. Like, for example, you could tag somebody through a wall in a specific case scenario when you're pushing your arm through like double walls, but it's super hard to achieve, so I'm just not going to talk about it. For resistance, we can survive being made of magma and being made of ice. Made of ice being when you got shot all 3 of your balloons in Paint Brawl, and also lava being when you get tagged in infection game mode. And if there's less than 4 people, we can even survive being a rock, which means we have pretty high resistance to survive being a rock, and full temperature resistance to survive being made of ice and made of magma.